Something is moving through our solar system. Something vast. Something ancient. And no one knows where it came from. It doesn't belong here. It doesn't behave like anything we've ever seen. And right now, it's flying past our sun. We call it 3I/Atlas, the third recorded interstellar visitor in human history. But behind that sterile name lies something that defies every rule of the universe we thought we understood. Tonight, we dive deep into the darkness, into the data, the fear, and the growing belief that maybe we're not the only ones who've been watching. This is The Visitor. The story begins quietly, July 1st, 2025. A telescope in Hawaii, part of the Atlas Observation Network, detects a faint moving light. At first, it seems like just another rock drifting through the void, another asteroid among billions. But when astronomers checked its speed, their blood ran cold. It was too fast. Not comet fast, not asteroid fast, but impossible fast. 58 kilometers per second. Nearly twice the escape velocity of our sun's gravity. At that speed, no object could have formed here. It wasn't from our solar system. Came from the void between the stars. And it wasn't slowing down. Every planet, moon, and rock in our system is caught in the sun's invisible grip, orbiting endlessly, trapped by gravity's chains. But this one was free. It wasn't circling the sun. It was cutting through it. Astronomers call this kind of motion a hyperbolic trajectory, a path only an outsider could take. A visitor from the dark beyond. They named it 3I/Atlas, the third interstellar object ever discovered. But names can't hide the unease, because the deeper they looked, the stranger it became. You see, the first interstellar visitor, Oumuamua, was bizarre. A cigar-shaped fragment tumbling end over end, reflecting light in patterns no one could explain. The second, 2I/Borisov, was almost comforting. A comet behaving normally, burning gas and dust as it passed the sun. But 3I/Atlas? Is something else entirely. It's massive, over 5 kilometers wide. It's faster, double the speed of either of its predecessors. And the strangest part, it came from the direction of the galactic core, straight out of the densest, oldest, most chaotic region of our galaxy. A place where stars are born and die violently. A place where time itself seems to burn. As it entered our system, astronomers noticed something else, something chilling. 3I/Atlas wasn't coming at us head-on like its predecessors. It was sliding in at a perfectly aligned angle, just 3 degrees off the plane where all our planets orbit. The odds of that are astronomical. In 3-dimensional space, it could have come from anywhere. Above, below, but it chose this path. A near-perfect alignment, almost as if it knew the way. As it neared the sun, the object began to wake up. Gas erupted from its surface in plumes of light. That's normal for comets' sublimation, the process where frozen material turns directly to gas. But what 3I/Atlas released wasn't normal. Its coma, the glowing halo around its core, was dominated not by water vapor, like our comets, but by carbon dioxide, 8 times more CO2 than water. A chemistry we've never seen before. At 5 astronomical units from the sun far beyond Jupiter, it was already active. That should be impossible. It was too cold for sublimation. And yet, it was alive. As it moved closer, astronomers began detecting metals in the coma: nickel without iron. That's like finding smoke without fire. Nickel and iron always appear together, forged in the same supernovae that created the heavy elements of the universe. So where was the iron? What process could separate them across eons of space? And then, a few weeks later, iron appeared, as if the comet had changed its own composition, as if it were adapting. But that wasn't the only anomaly. 3I/Atlas formed a tail, but it pointed toward the sun. Comets don't do that. Their tails always point away, pushed back by solar wind. But for weeks, the object defied physics. Its bright vapor streaming into the star. Some said it was the high CO2 ratio. Others whispered something else. That maybe, whatever this was, it wasn't reacting to sunlight. It was responding to it. When Mars drew near, something incredible happened. On October 3rd, 2025, 3I/Atlas passed within 19 cents of the red planet, closer than it would ever come to any world. From the surface of Mars, NASA's Perseverance rover turned its camera skyward. And there, in the black Martian night, a streak of ghostly light cut across the sky, the first image of an interstellar visitor captured from another planet. But then, silence. As 3I/Atlas reached its closest point to the sun, its perihelion, Earth's view was blinded by the solar glare. We lost visual contact. For now, it's hidden behind the sun, but soon it will re-emerge. And when it does, we'll see what the sun has done to it, or what it has done to the sun. Because here's the part no one talks about. For months before the object vanished, NASA's deep space sensors picked up strange signals near its path. Pulses, rhythmic, patterned, consistent. They weren't random, they weren't background noise, and they followed 3I/Atlas like a shadow. Scientists said it was likely interference, but others weren't so sure. When we traced the path of 3I/Atlas backward, it led to the galactic thick disk, an ancient, quiet layer above the Milky Way's plane. It's a dead zone. No young stars, no collisions, just silence. Things in that region can survive undisturbed for billions of years. And that's where 3I/Atlas came from. A fragment from the beginning of time, older than Earth, older than our sun, older maybe than life itself. And it's passing through our system right now, as if it's looking for something. By March 2026, it will pass near Jupiter. One last close encounter before it disappears forever into interstellar darkness. But the data it leaves behind could change everything. Because 3I/Atlas doesn't just break rules. It rewrites them. Its chemistry, its motion, its composition all whisper the same question. What if this isn't just a rock? What if it's a messenger? Every time we've looked deeper into the universe, we've found something waiting to look back. Maybe this is no different. Maybe this visitor is part of a pattern, the universe reaching across the cold void to remind us that we are not alone. So when it reemerges from behind the sun this December, look up, because for the briefest moment in human history, something ancient will pass through our neighborhood. And whatever it is, it knows we're watching. If you want to see what happens when 3I/Atlas reappears, stay curious, stay awake, and keep your eyes on the sky, because something out there is coming back.